Great job, Justin. Justin Kendall, an amazing job over these 2 days. Well done, Justin.
Thank you.
You watched both days of the Pitch Slam.
I did.
What's your opinion of the competition, just in general terms?
Honestly, I think this was one of the, somebody said it earlier, this is one of the strongest classes we've had. There were 3 that I was like, oh, those are locked in. And I nailed those 3. And then the other 2 were wild cards, but it wasn't like a question of, oh, they shouldn't be there. It was like, okay.
Yeah, I think someone said it best during the judging, during the deliberation. It's, every single one of the brands was a winner, for sure. One brand just checked off all the boxes. In terms of, what we talked about downstairs, all the pitches were excellent. And the judges loved all the brands, as I mentioned. But the winner articulated vision better than anyone. Tom, can you speak to that?
Yeah, I think for me, it's really about that particular individual and had a vision that was focused and really had a narrative that was really going to articulate a long-term storyline and pathway for success for us. And so we really appreciated what the storytelling that they had to provide.
Yeah, and there was a conversation about bringing new drinkers to the category, to the industry. Veronica, what did you see in some of these brands that really helped bring that vision to a reality?
Yeah, we talked about quality being table stakes, and so every brand that we tasted they were all very good in flavor and quality. To your point, are they bringing a new drinker to the category? Do they have this long-term vision that 5 years down the road, we still see growth in bringing new people in? The winner definitely made us all feel very confident in their vision for that in the future.
Yeah, one of the other things that came up was this idea of defining success. Something that some pitches did really well and some others lacked. What does defined success mean? What do you need to have in that kind of pitch to really articulate your success, Tom?
I think Marty said it really well, where you need to define what success is for you, and you have to have a sense of what that is holistically. Establishing a mission statement and core values are all great, but what is it that's really going to drive you and differentiate you from everybody else? And if you're really focused on that pathway, I think that it's a clear way to get there.
For sure. Folks watching at home, don't touch your mouse or your keypad or whatever it is that you're doing to watch this thing. We're going to have an interview with the winner of the competition after the trophy presentation here on the stage. So please stick with us. There is a winner, and I'm going to announce the winner right now, and you'll see the winner's name up on the screen. The winner of Brewbound Live Winter 2019 is Crowns and Hops. Hey folks at home, you're watching the live stream studio at Brewbound Live Winter 2019. Thanks so much to our sponsor, Live Oak Bank. And I am here, my name is Ray Latif, I'm the editor and producer of Taste Radio, BevNet's podcast focused on the food and beverage industry, and I'm currently here with the winners of the Brewbound Live Pitch Slam. That's Benny Ashburn, Tio Hunter, the founders of Crowns and Hops Brewing Company. Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
For folks who may not have seen the competition, and I don't know how you could not have seen the competition, tell us a little about what Crowns and Hops is all about.
Sure. First, actually, I'll let you start. I'm still very emotional.
Crowns and Hops essentially came to existence out of really this shirt, this statement, which is Black People Love Beer. We realized about 6 years ago that there was simply a lack of Black and brown people in the craft beer space. And just being someone, both Benny and I, from parents, from a community that always have appreciated premium and quality things, we were just blown away that there was just a lack of our presence in craft beer. So we dedicated literally the past 6 years of our life to ensuring that we shared not just the liquid, but also the pillars in craft beer as well, which are ownership, which are taking care of one another, which is good neighboring, just all these beautiful elements. And Crowns and Hops was born.
What does Crowns and Hops mean?
Crowns and Hops is meant for you to always remember that you are deserving of something premium, of something quality. You'd never see a king or a queen drinking a 40 ounce or, a malt liquor. It's about really loving and appreciating what you put in your body and community.
And we also left the word hop
Yeah.
in our naming convention because one of the things we realized was a barrier was people didn't understand craft beer. So inherently in talking and speaking the name Crowns and Hops, you have to explain what hops are and what the ingredients are and what the most influential ingredient is in craft beer.
For sure. You mentioned, Tio, that you guys have been preparing for 6 years. I mean, how much of that preparation do you think was key to your win today?
I think that was really everything.
100%.
We wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for the community that has continuously supported us over the last 6 years. I mean, we realized and knew 6 years ago that there was no way we could just open a brewery. That wouldn't work. We had to really educate and curate experiences for people of color to know that there is a safe and comfortable space inside of craft beer where you can ask questions, you can meet someone you never met before, and you can try something you've never tried before, which is really important to our community.
I got to tell you, I tried your beer. The stout is phenomenal. Well
Hey.
done. Really, I mean, it's one of those things where, you might have had a stout 100 times, and then this one stops you because it's so good. So congratulations on that.
And shout out to our partners and our friends that allowed us to use their equipment to brew these recipes. Jason Pond over at Brewdog, John Carpenter, a phenomenal friend, an amazing consultant. Tamar, also the head of brewing operations at Brewdog. We all conspired on a beer that would be influential, be complex, but not be so off-putting that you couldn't have more than one pint. And that's how all of our beers are intended to be. But we also plan on bringing some beers that raise eyebrows to the portfolio as well.
For sure. You're building a brewing facility next year in 2020?
Yes, we are opening our flagship brewery in Inglewood, California. And it was really important for us to be in Inglewood. It's a city, an area that thrives with, diversity. And I think for us to have our first brewery in a space where the consumer lives, our specific consumer that we're talking to, I think is amazing. And it'll really reflect some of that culture, not only just in Inglewood, but just across all diversity.
I think one of the things that we're focused on, our mission is to preserve culture, expand the palate, and build community. And just like you saw in our presentation, because of craft beer, I investigated within my own family that my great-great-great-grandmother, Phoebia Johnson Crump, was a brewer, not a distiller.
Female brewer.
Not a distiller, not something that you would think. She is listed as a brewer. And we think being able to capture some of that lineage and some of these recipes and some of these traditions that are American traditions. How much more American can you get from a brewer from 1864?
Yeah.
So we're excited about incorporating that culture and that legacy in our brewery footprints.
That was an incredible moment when you showed that slide. The audience burst into applause. It was really amazing. You guys are headed to Portland, Oregon to go learn and collaborate with the folks at CBA. That must be pretty exciting.
Yes, that is very exciting. Listen, as much information as we can get and gather as we continue through this process, we will take it. I think that's one of the really amazing things about the craft beer industry is it's very collaborative. Sharing information and education is really part of the ethos of being in the craft beer industry. So we're really excited about the opportunity.
And one thing we have to say is we didn't get here by ourselves. One of the most phenomenal opportunities that we had last year was to go to Fresh Fest, to pour our beers domestically for the first time, to pour it for Garrett Oliver, to pour it for Celeste Beatty, to pour our beer for individuals that have been championing this without necessarily having the ability to beat the drum as loud as we have the ability to do. We definitely take our hats off to them.
We also just want to say thank you to just our team too. Matt Taylor with Varnish
Studios
has been, the #1 contributor to our creative, helping us really figure out that brand visual and ethos. And just literally, we cannot say enough about the Crowns and Hops community. They are our #1 supporters, and we are doing this for them.
Well, I have to tell you, the community may have helped, and the community was a key part of the development of Crowns and Hobbs, but you guys deserve a lot of credit because you kicked butt up here on stage, and you deserve this 150%. So congratulations once again. Hope to see you guys really soon. And for folks at home, hope you're drinking Crowns and Hobbs beer really soon. Until next time, I'm Ray Latif, signing off for Brewbound Live. We'll catch you next time.
Peace.